Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me Gauri. Today I'm sharing alcoholic the real plum cake recipe. For this you need to powder half a cup of sugar along with 2 cardamom. I have used only the seeds of it, and then add in 1/4 teaspoon of grated nutmeg and then powder it. Now I'm adding 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon powder and half a teaspoon of cloves powder, and just powder and keep it aside. And here I've taken the last video's soaked dry fruits. Hope you have seen the last video. If not, I have provided the link in the iCard above and in the description. And here I'm taking only 1 cup of it, since I'm using only 1 cup of flour for this recipe. You may increase it, but try to not decrease the amount of dry fruits. And here for caramelizing, into a hot pan, I'm adding 1/4 cup of sugar, and in low flame, you need to just caramelize it. I've added some water, and now it's almost melted completely and it's a little bit caramelized. And now I'm just increasing the flame just for half a minute so that so that it caramelizes really well and becomes kind of little darkened. But you should not make it too darkened, then our cake will taste bitter and it will slightly turn more darker in color. And you can notice now it's more darker, and this is more than enough. You don't need to make it so dark because we are already adding rum. We already soaked the dry fruits in rum, so it'll have a good color anyway. And I added 3.5 tablespoon of water. The clip was missed. I lost the clip. And now after that, after the sugar completely dissolves, I'm adding the dry fruits which we had kept aside, the 1 cup of it. And you don't need to boil it a lot of times, just boil it once. And I'm adding a pinch of cloves powder, and then now it's ready. You just need to boil once or twice. That's more than enough. You don't need to boil it and make it so thick. And now keep it aside for cooling. Now for making the batter, here I've taken 50 grams of unsalted room temperature butter and just beat it using an electric beater, or you may even use a whisk. And then add in 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. You may increase up to 2.5 tablespoon if you really want more, if you want your cake to be more sweeter. And then I'm adding the powdered sugar which we had kept aside in the beginning. And then it will become a very nice creamy and a stiff buttercream consistency mixture. And into this we are going to add some more things for good flavor. That is half a tablespoon of ghee. This is also room temperature ghee. Do not melt and use it, rather use a room temperature one. And then I'm adding half a tablespoon of boost. And then I'm adding some essence, which is butterscotch essence, pineapple essence, and the last one, which is vanilla essence. And then add in 1/4 cup of any flavorless and odorless oil. I'm using sunflower oil, and then beat it really well. And now I'm going to add eggs into it. 2 medium-sized eggs would be the perfect measurement for this cake recipe. Add it one by one and beat it well using an electric beater. In this case, it does not curdle with the butter since we have added oil also. So you can beat it for around 1 to 2 minutes. And then add the next one. Now after adding the next egg, I'm going to beat it for around 3 to 4 minutes so that it becomes very fluffy. And now it's almost done. Now we are going to sift the dry ingredients. For that, here I've taken a bowl and keep the sieve, and I'm going to sift in 1 cup of all-purpose flour or maida, along with 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a pinch of salt, and 1 teaspoon of milk powder. And then sift it really well, and then just mix it using a whisk or a spoon so that everything is mixed really well, the baking soda and baking powder. Now for the batter, the wet ingredient, I'm going to, this one, it has cooled really well, and I'm going to add in half a tablespoon of strawberry crush. You may use any mixed fruit jam or any crush. And then I'm going to add it to the egg mixture, and I'm going to just beat it for a minute or so, so that all the all the color and everything is equally distributed in the egg mixture. And now it's ready. Now we are going to mix the wet ingredients along with the dry ingredients. And I'm going to add spoon by spoon, around 3 times I'm going to add. So let's add the first 2 parts. And the last part we need to mix it up with some nuts also. And just use cut and fold method and do not overmix your batter. And now to the last portion of the wet dry ingredients, I'm going to add some nuts. You may use any nuts of your choice. Here I've used only almonds and cashew nuts. And this is for the nuts to not sink in the bottom. We are doing this. And now I'm adding into the batter. And again use cut and fold method and mix it really well. And now our batter is ready. This is the perfect consistency. Make sure your batter is also in this consistency so that our nuts and our dry fruits does not sink in the bottom, and mine at all did not sink. And this is homemade gooseberry wine and banana wine. If you wish to see the recipe, please do comment down below. And for this recipe, since in my soaked dry fruits there's no more rum left, so I'm going to use half a tablespoon of this homemade wine, or you can use half a tablespoon of any rum, extra rum, or if you have some drained wine, drained rum from the dry fruit mixture, you may use that. That's the best. And I'm adding half a tablespoon of it and mixing it really well. And our batter is completely ready. And now I'm going to place it in a preheated oven. Before that, here I've taken a 8-inch cake tin lined with butter paper in the bottom and the sides. Make sure you line the butter paper bottom and the sides also. And now you need to bake it in a preheated oven at 190 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. You need to preheat it. Only both the coils should be on, and then only the down coil should be on for the baking mode, and then bake it for 40 minutes in 165 degrees Celsius. And it is ready. The plum cake has turned out really moist, very tasty. And I had topped the cake with some nuts, with some sliced cashew nuts and some tutti frutti and cherry. So here our cake is ready, and it may not be looking very dark as of because of my camera quality, and the first day it won't look that dark, but I'm going to cut the cake only next day, and it is going to be very dark and very pretty. It looks very beautiful the next day more. And the nuts also has not sinked in the bottom. And you can just brush some wine or rum every day so that you are going to feed your plum cake and it will stay more and it will be more tastier. But I'm not going to do that. If you wish to do, you can do it. And now we're going to cover it with a cling film. And I'm going to keep it for the next day. You may cut it after 2 days. It will be more tastier. I'm going to cut it the next day. So it's done. You should definitely try this perfect plum cake recipe. And now it's the next day. And I am removing the cling film and I'm going to slice it. You can see how dark the color is. And you can see how perfect it is. You can see the texture of the plum cake. The nuts has not sinked and it has come out perfectly. And it is very tasty, absolutely delicious. Hope you all try this. And if you liked my video, please do give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And do subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and press the notification button for more such updates. Merry Christmas, and thank you so much for watching my video.